Hi, I have a stammer, so I know that when I stammer, I feel I have failed to control my speech. So very often I feel like apologising for this failure. Yet people who have a medical condition such as cerebral palsy or Tourette's, or a physical disability which means they need a wheelchair, don't seem to apologise. But stammering is also a medical condition. The root cause is neurological, a kind of faulty wiring in the brain, which makes it very difficult to control the fluency of our speech. So why are we apologising? Well, firstly, most other conditions are visible, so there is no way they can be hidden. People with Tourette's are unable to hide it, so they have to be open about it. It's the same with people in wheelchairs. And this openness allows others to see what the difficulty is and maybe to adjust their expectations. So we probably feel like apologising for our stammering because we were hoping we could overcome or hide it, but we failed. Secondly, if we had taken a speech therapy course which has concentrated on learning and applying fluency techniques, then those feelings of failure may be greater. We've not only failed to speak fluently, but we've also failed to use our fluency techniques successfully. So we may feel like apologising for that too. Third, most of us have been teased or diminished in some way by others, very probably since we were children. So we have found it in our minds that when we stammer, other people may well be surprised and then shrink from us a bit and maybe think less of us and then possibly laugh at us or put us down in some way. And of course, if someone does take the P out of us, our stammering makes it difficult for us to fight back. In fact, the more we fight back, the more likely it is that the teasing or the laughing will get worse. I don't want to be in a wheelchair, but at least a person who is can fight back on equal terms and express himself clearly. So we may be apologising here because we have become reluctant to continue a conversation. So what can we do about all this? In my experience, it has been very useful to tell strangers that I stammer. It's been particularly useful on the phone, when the other person cannot see my lips, and therefore has no idea why I have suddenly, apparently, stopped talking. There's no need to make a big deal of the stammer. I simply mentioned that if my speech comes out a bit strangely from time to time, it's because I stammer. This openness puts me in control, and therefore I don't feel the need to apologise. Just as importantly, this upfront attitude strongly suggests to others that stammering is not our fault, not some kind of a personality defect of which we are ashamed, but a medical condition which means that we cannot always speak fluently, never mind how hard we try. If we manage to get some words out, then we have certainly not failed. We have succeeded. So there's no need to apologise. Thank you for listening and good luck.